Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. You know, we all love the idea of kicking back in a beautiful outdoor kitchen, but today we're focusing on the hidden infrastructure that actually makes your backyard oasis possible. We're talking about the invisible hero that powers the whole setup, safe gas line installation.
So, are you dreaming of the perfect outdoor kitchen? Go ahead and picture your ideal setup for a second. Maybe it's a massive built-in stone grill or a really cozy fire pit for those cool autumn evenings. Or, hey, maybe a heavy-duty side burner for huge summer cookouts. It looks absolutely fantastic in your head, right? But we've got to quickly pivot to a pretty serious reality check here. Bringing that backyard dream to life safely requires a properly designed and installed gas line. It is literally the most critical safety requirement of your entire project.
To get there, our project blueprint covers 4 distinct phases: planning your gas line route, choosing the right materials, safe trenching and installation, and lastly, testing and safety features.
Let's kick things off with Phase 1, planning your gas line route. Now, when you're mapping out the exact path from your main gas source out to your new outdoor appliances, you absolutely must adhere strictly to local codes for burial depths and safe distances. But honestly, before a single shovel even hits the dirt, you have to verify your specific fuel type. Are we talking natural gas, or are you using propane, also known as LP? Confirming your fuel is step number 1 for sure, because it dictates the entire permitting process, the exact hardware you'll buy, and even the specific license your professional installer needs to carry.
Once you've got your fuel locked in, you're going to hear a term thrown around a lot: BTU demand. Let's just demystify this industry jargon for a second. BTU demand is simply the total heat energy required if all of your appliances were running simultaneously. So, why does this matter? Well, we use this exact number to calculate the necessary pipe diameter for your system. If your underground lines are undersized, you are going to get dangerous pressure drops. And that leads to delayed ignition, really poor flame quality, or incredibly frustrating burner outages right when you're trying to entertain.
So the crucial takeaway here is that your installer must account for the pressure drops across everything running right now. Plus, and this is big, any fire pits or side burners you might even think about adding later. If you're going to tear up your yard today for a grill, calculate for that future expansion right now. That way, your underground infrastructure can easily handle the eventual load without you needing to do a total expensive replacement down the line.
Moving right along to Phase 2, choosing the right materials. Now that your route and your pipe sizes are perfectly planned out, picking the actual physical pipes and fittings is paramount. Listen, using standard indoor components outside is a massive, massive risk. Outdoor gas runs require incredibly specific, heavy-duty materials. Every single piece out there must be rated specifically for underground or exterior use. We're talking highly corrosion-resistant fittings and specialized pipes like corrugated stainless steel tubing, often just called CSST in the biz, or traditional black steel piping. And each of these materials comes with highly specialized joining methods that experts use to guarantee they stay perfectly sealed under pressure.
But, you know, the pipe itself isn't your only concern. You have to actively protect what we call the transition points. These are the highly vulnerable spots where the gas line enters an outdoor cabinet or maybe where it feeds into a shutoff valve. Because they're exposed to the elements, these spots require incredibly careful detailing and specific exterior-rated seals. If you skip this, water intrusion can easily get in and completely compromise your fittings.
All right, let's get our hands dirty. Phase 3, safe trenching and installation.
This is where we transition from all that careful planning into the literal groundbreaking physical labor. But remember, the physical dig isn't just hacking a hole in the ground. It's governed by strict local codes. You've got to carefully level the trench bottom, completely clear out any sharp rocks or random debris, and you must maintain a strict, code-mandated separation from electrical conduits or any other underground utilities. Following these exact steps is non-negotiable. It prevents physical stress on the pipes as the ground naturally settles over time, and it totally avoids dangerous interference if you ever need to dig in that part of the yard again.
And then, bam, you hit a massive, mandatory roadblock. You have to stop for inspection. I honestly cannot emphasize this heavily enough. A licensed inspector absolutely must verify that your routing is correct, the materials are right, and that there are clean bends in the line. And they have to do this before anyone backfills that trench with dirt. You never ever bury a gas line before it's been officially inspected and signed off on.
Which brings us to the home stretch. Phase 4, testing and safety features.
So, assuming you passed inspection with flying colors, we now ensure the entire system is completely buttoned up, fully compliant, and 100% safe to operate.
Before you even think about turning the gas on for the first time, your professional installer is going to conduct a strict pressure test. They need to verify 0 leaks at all the joints and valve assemblies and confirm your regulator settings are absolutely perfect. These mandatory tests ensure the whole system safely holds pressure within acceptable limits well before you ever flip the switch to cook.
Now, as you can see here, every potential hazard in your backyard actually has a specific code-mandated hardware solution. Are you worried about moisture intrusion rotting out your pipes? Well, you combat that with exterior-rated seals. Dealing with structural settling where the ground might shift, you're going to install protective conduit sleeves right around the pipe. And for those unavoidable maintenance emergencies, you ensure you have shutoff valves that are easily accessible so you don't have to literally rip apart your beautiful custom cabinetry just to turn the gas off.
But hey, we can't forget about the actual appliances themselves. Beyond the underground pipes, your gorgeous new fire pits and built-in grills still need proper burner placement. You have to plan for adequate ventilation and maintain safe appliance clearances according to the exact specifications from the manufacturer. Trust me on this one. Proper airflow is the only thing preventing a really dangerous buildup of gas and heat inside your cabinets. So, looking at the whole shebang, bringing this all together is a huge job, coordinating the necessary permits, evaluating your yard's specific site conditions, and executing these 4 critical phases safely. That requires a licensed expert. From doing the initial math on those BTU calculations to passing the final pressure tests, this complex process is exactly why you absolutely must hire a licensed gas professional.
So I'll leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on. Is your backyard really ready for a safe upgrade? As we've explored throughout this explainer today, the hidden complexity of installing outdoor gas lines is incredibly high, but the necessity of doing it right the very first time, that is absolute. Honestly, it's the only way to ensure your beautiful new outdoor kitchen remains a place of joy and, most importantly, safety for years and years to come.